Follow the wind.
Once again, please leave them to me.
Hey!
Shine down! Inazuma shines eternal! Illusion shattered!
Are you alright?
I'm fine. Shine down! Torn to oblivion! My apologies.
Don't worry about it. We'll deal with the... Look, that's the same light again.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too. Are you injured, Your Excellency? We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, men. They're coming.
Don't! It's...
Danger is our duty, ma'am.
No need to worry.
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. I know the god. If the Almighty Shogun...
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
Nobody knew where Your Excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now we've found just the sight of you appearing before us once. This hope is the light.
Everyone on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your...
Protect the Almighty Shogun!
Blaze over! Born of ice and frost.
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt. Time to go.
Illusion shattered!
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
Thank you all.
Are you?
I'm fine.
You fought phenomenally. The monsters will definitely... Quickly, escort Her Excellency.
When everyone sees the all...
Well, what?
We will stay here. We are brothers in arms.
Just leave it to us. But the Almighty Show, no matter what kind of threat faces
Thank you all very much. I should not have left it this late to make this promise.
Don't worry, Your Excellency. With you leading us...
Glory to the Shogun. Glory to the Shogun!
They're gone.
It was both. The people's sacrifice has the result being that in the centuries since their sacrifice, you could take the view that whatever, but even so, they are due a resolution.
Well, Paimon?
Thank you for your comforting words. I used to think, but what Inazuma, even though I am utterly unlike Makoto, and can never become the person she was, I still, yes, they are. As the Raiden Shogun,
Well said. Sounds to Paimon.
change will come to Inazuma, no matter how long it takes. Now that we've dealt with the... I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro...
Alrighty then. It looks calm on the outside, but Paimon, she seems to have changed a lot. Huh? What's wrong, eh? What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
It looks like... the situation... No need. I need to go to the...
Why?
a battleground. We're finally here.
Whoa! Where'd that Torii gate come from?
This is a place I once sealed off with my own hands. It looked...
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is... Where are we Whoa. This place... Look, it's another A!
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the One Within. Should the One Within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that?
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true essence of eternity. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe your present self is... But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been degraded? I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have shall be conducted by...
Wait!
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun, as she indicates. Once I started entertaining the idea of change, but inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independently of her. She cannot affect me in this way. Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and stuff, but not a showdown with the Shogun?
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun herself. I would not try to change her if it wasn't...
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something? But they both just want the...
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the realm. It inherits A's pain. The pain of every action undertaken is determination. Only rules shall remain constant for eternity. Those were my thoughts when I created you. Now, they are towering on... You wish to make yourself... I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Ride an A! In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni maiden was cut down and disgraced. Though your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth, never shall it shine as brightly as it once did. Shine down! Insolent! Inazuma shines eternal! The sakura blossoms that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch black rain. As long as the ley lines flow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
This one, a fleeting shadow, torn to oblivion! There is no escape! Be gone! Shine down! Now you shall perish! The divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time. Shine down! Inferior. Inazuma shines eternal! Strike dead! Insolent, inferior. There is no escape! The eye sweeps the lands! Shattered! Lightning falls on the land of eternity. Strike dead. Euthymia crumbles before me.
Have you finally...
It appears your martial prowess, but how long can your...
How the heck?
In this realm of consciousness, she was built to resist erosion. Her will is strong.
Then, does that mean this is gonna...
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no product of erosion. The future If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never change, and Inazuma can never move forward. This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last, months, years, centuries, and no matter how 500 years ago, humanity here in the present, they rely on their ambition to challenge way... It is about time that I learned to trust them. I understand that. But if the dream, I fight for the I vow to the subject during my absence.
But this...
Pass on my words.
Looks like we got kicked out. Oh, what do we... She was making sense. And maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still... Right? Also, what if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen. And then she might never... Yeah, we should... Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, help her with... Well, whatever. Oh, but we also... Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice. Don't feel Paimon now. Oh, you're right. Who knows?
No, let me try again.
Someone's not in the best of moods. I hope you realize how lucky you are.
But you're...
That was a figure of speech.
Oh, yeah. Something really big's happened.
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she, impossibly stubborn, jumped straight to the most extreme course of... You know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it now? Rushed into it without thinking. Well put. Oh, she acts like such a child sometimes. So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some sort of help?
Is she playing dumb?
Uh-huh. You're learning, little one. But really, the truth of the matter is that I don't know much more about... All I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura. And from what I've heard, it's a little different from A's.
Because Raiden Makoto is...
Not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way. But I can only speculate. Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too. First things first.
Yeah!
Now then, I always have my ways. To the outsider, the realm of consciousness is a very abstract In other words, even though
So, it's abstract, but has a location.
Yes, no need to try and understand. Everything is turbulent. This is precisely why when
What? Alright, well, Paimon's staying here then. You two can go in.
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A. So what?
Paimon's had
Oh, well, if you're quite sure, then of course. Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinary. By the way, remember to focus Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by the Well then, the door's open. Hop, I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake, and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Miko, you better know what you're doing.
That's enough chatter. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? This is a duel to remember. It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity were first established over countless battles. Had I made all enemies of... For your firm commitment to... You bring honor to the title of Guardian of Eternity. Now these two return once more to this space. Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began 500 years ago. Final duel? Stand back, traveler. I'm going to be the start of something new. The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of nations. Great enough to vaporize the oceans. There is no intended will they demand, sufficient to penetrate minds and crush dreams. You have endured. I will endure forever. Witness the final calamity! This, I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But a will that cannot be eroded has... You need not worry about the future. And I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon my strength alone, yet my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess and redrew my limits. I now carry the gaze of the myriad of expectant eyes that look to... And whenever I think of this, I feel something. The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to guide me, to encourage me. I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to unleash a new and unfamiliar power. This power is beyond the limits of my understanding. This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I truly understand and believe in her. When I clasped Muso Ishin in my hands, it was at once a familiar feeling and a strange one. You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall no longer stop you from attempting to modify the rules. From this day forth, this body will remain your assistant. I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. Likewise, I should not regard you as a mere tool. You truly have changed. I suppose this is what humans call growth. I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform, but as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like this again in the future. Do you say... It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting?
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness. I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all to pick up the pieces. Makoto? I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, I too would be released. A convoluted way to reach you, but... Well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time that you wouldn't have listened to a word I said. There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. But... everything happened so suddenly. I'm sorry. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma to you all of a sudden. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time, to dissuade you from your pursuit of stillness. Did you know what was about to happen in Conria? I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere that any Archon could afford to ignore. In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated before this reunion. But I know that this must have been an extreme... Don't look down on me. See? You admit it. It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you. Something to soothe Inazuma's pain. Here, take it. Before my last shred of consciousness fades away. But it is you who must take the most important step.
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh? Is it really? Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh? Goodbye, Makoto.
So the A of the present planted the sacred Sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past. No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Eternity is a concept intimately connected with time. When you begin to touch...
A place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. So that was the turbulence I was sensing. Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time without any problems. And yet, that sense of disorderliness has now completely disappeared.
I don't fully understand yet. But my intuition tells me that the reason for everything...
Well, I'm not...
Without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up centuries ago by that disaster and the filth.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred Sakura, but to me, it has always been there. You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred Sakura and Makoto's consciousness. But unfortunately, you never did persuade me, did you?
No. But I understand why now. It was because the sacred Sakura hadn't even been planted then.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
The sacred Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like it.
Ugh. Now we see who's pulling the strings.
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the ages to thank for how it appears today. And obviously I played my part too. It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. But in that same time, centuries of battling took place on the inside, did it not? Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you? At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed, suffice to say, Time added a whole new dimension to our search. Simply establishing a location was not sufficient. Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most likely to be the intersection of all that you were wishing for. The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone's efforts combined to ultimately help A.
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be there to witness what was going to happen?
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside. So it was a great shock to me when the traveler My first thought was... But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You too have my thanks. You have done much for me, and I will never forget it.
A, how are you feeling now?
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against me.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was really asking about your emotions. After all,
I only heard her voice. I wouldn't say I saw her. I'll be fine. It brought a few things back, of course. I have to say, this has reminded me once again just how brilliant Makoto was. She predicted all the ways in which Inazuma's future could unfold, all the way back then. She even factored my immaturity into her plan. It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day. I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again. That's amazing!
Thank you.
today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the shadows cast by the events of centuries past. Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future, and both are
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I say.
Makoto said the exact same thing!
Great minds think alike, hmm? I wonder, does that qualify me to, maybe, take the position of Shogun for a couple of days? Actually, no. Forget that. Far more trouble than it's worth.
We will have to end the frivolities there. There is much work to be done. The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find out where things currently stand. Then, we will give careful consideration to the future. After that, I will abolish the Sakoku decree.
Really?
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for Inazuma. I'm looking
Hey, Traveler! Remember that pit at the bottom of the chasm? You know, the one that the giant pillar smashed into. Paimon took a quick peek before we left last time. There was some kind of light coming from inside. Don't you think that's a little strange? Oh, so you've been wondering about that too, huh? Now that we have some time on our hands, let's go and take another look.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.